So in the previous session, I copied this problem, check whether 301 is a term of the list of numbers 5, 11, 17, 23, etc. And for example, if 301 belongs to this series, compulsory it represents some particular term. For example, 11, take 11 is the value which represents the second term. And in the same way, 17, it represents the third term. In the same way, 301 also represents a particular term's value. Let us let 301 represents a particular term's value. So, let AM is equal to 301. Let us assume that it belongs to this series. So, it represents particular term's value. So that's why we have taken AM is equal to 301. Now AM is equal to but AM is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So 301 is equal to A, first term, and everything we should find before substituting this in this equation. And in the given series, first term A is equal to 5. First term A is equal to 5, and common difference D is equal to A2 minus A1. Okay, 11 minus 5, 6. 11 minus 5, 6. So common difference is 6. Now we can substitute in this equation. AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. AN, let us consider AN is equal to 301 is equal to A, first term 5 plus N minus 1 into D, 6. Now take 5 this way, 301 minus 5, N minus 1 into 6. Because when we have taken this plus that side, it becomes minus 296. is equal to it is equal to N minus 1 into 6. Now actually 6 here multiply, when it comes this way divides N minus 1. So now when we have divided this 296 and 6, 6 fours 24. It's not dividing exactly, because we are clearly we can clearly say that when I asked you 11, the value of 11 belongs to which term means second term. Confirmly we can say. When I asked 17, the value of 17 belongs to which term? Easily you can say third term. Whereas 23rd, it is fourth term. But there won't be any term, point term won't be, 3.4 term, 2.5 term, like that won't be. So until if it is divisible exactly, you cannot find the term, because see, it is 49 something you are getting, it's not dividing exactly. So from this you can say that this value does not belongs to the given series, because we are not getting the exact number for saying that value belongs to particular term, right? These two are not divisible for finding for finding the value of n. So confirmly you can say that 301 does not belongs to the given series. Therefore, correct. 301 does not belongs to the given series. Does not belongs to the given series. So like that we can test whether by using this formula whether the given values belongs to the given series or not. Now let us solve the next problem. Next, example 7. How many two-digit numbers are divisible by 3? How many two-digit numbers are divisible by 3? And how many two-digit numbers are divisible by 3? First of all, let me know the starting value of two-digit number. 9 is the highest one-digit number. After 10 will be starts. 10 starts. 10 is the number which is the starting of two-digit numbers. 10. Next 10, 11, 12, etc. etc. The highest two-digit number is 99, isn't it? 99 after 100 we have. 100 is the three-digit small number, right? Now here two-digit numbers we have taken. This number starting number is 10. Before that 9 we have single-digit number, and last number is 99. After that three-digit number starts 100. So how many among these? How many numbers are there which are divisible by 3? Which are divisible by 3? How many numbers, how many terms are there which are divisible by 3? So this series is not important for us. We should locate the numbers which are divisible by 3. Actually this when we are observed from here, 10 is not divisible by 3. Next 11 is also not divisible by 3. Starting is 12. First 12, 15, 18, etc. etc. The last number 99 is also divisible by 3. So this is the series, right? Now here as usually we can find the first term. A is equal to 12. First term A is equal to 12. And common difference. Common difference, of course, these are the multiples of 3. No, compulsorily 3 there will be, but let us follow the problem process. 15 minus 12, A2 minus A1 is equal to 3. Right, and here we can solve this problem in two ways, by taking AM directly, or last term last term L is equal to 99. We learned already before starting this topic. I explained you already the last term formula. L is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Last term L is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So last term L 99 is equal to A, first term 12 plus N we don't know, that's we are finding now. N minus 1 into D. Common difference is 3. Common difference is 3. Now take 12 this side. 99 minus 12 is equal to N minus 1 into 3. 9 minus 2, 7. 9 minus 1, 8. Okay, right. Now actually 3 is multiplying with N minus 1. When it comes this side, divides. So 87 by 3 is equal to N minus 1. 3 2 is 6, 3 9 is 27. 29 is equal to N minus 1. N is equal to 29 plus 1. N is equal to 30. So there are 30 terms. There are 30 terms in the series which are divisible by 3. So in two digit numbers there are 30 numbers. There are 30 numbers which are divisible by 3. Okay. So like that we can find. Next, next, example 8. Find the 11th term. Find the 11th term from the last of the AP series given below. Given below AP 10, 7, 4, minus 16. Find the 11th term. Find the 11th term from the last term of the AP series. So we don't know that see minus 62 belongs to which term. Means how many terms are there we don't know. Here you have to find the 11th term from the last. 11th term from the last. If it is from the first, easily you can find 11th term by using formula AM is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. But whereas from the last means we should find first of all the number of terms. How many number of terms are there in the series? Minus 62 given. This value belongs to which term? Until you find the number of terms, you cannot find the 11th term from the last. From the last, remember, it's not from the first. From the first means directly we can use A, we have common difference we have. By substituting those two values, easily you can find the 11th term, A plus N minus 1 into D in that test, by substituting in that. But whereas now, we should find here N value, how many terms are there. So that we are finding now. Here, first term A is equal to 10 and common difference B is equal to A2 minus A1, 7 minus 10 is equal to minus 3. Okay, so common difference we have and first term we have minus 62 given. So first of all we should find which term is equal to minus 62. Now that's we are finding, right? Now general term or last term. Last term L is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Last term L is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. And here the last term is minus 62. Minus 62 is equal to first term 10 plus M we don't know and D value we know minus 3. N value we should find. How many terms are there? That we are finding now. Now take 10 this side. Minus 62 plus 10 becomes minus 10, then come this side. Minus 10 is equal to N minus 1 into minus 3. So both are minus terms, so we can add minus 62 minus 10 minus 72 is equal to N minus 1 into minus 3. So take 3 this side. Now minus 72 by minus 3 is equal to N minus 1. 3 2 are 6. 3 4 are 12. So 24. Right. And 24 is equal to N minus 1. N is equal to 24 plus 1. N is equal to 25. It means actually now we are assessed minus 62 term belongs to 25th term. So the value of 25th term is equal to minus 62. It means we can conclude that there are 24 terms in the given series. Now we should find the 11th term from last. So 11th term means here 25 minus 11. 5 minus 1, 4, 14 plus 1, 15. 11th term means 15th term becomes the 11th term. So 15 is equal to A15 is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. A first term, here already we have no first term 10. First term 10 plus 15 minus 1 into D. D value already here we have is minus 3. 10 plus 15 minus 1, 14 into minus 3. So here 10 minus 3 fours are 12, 42 minus. So like that we can find the value of particular term from the last. Right. Now next problem. Now here the next term, next problem. Example 9. A sum of rupees 1000 is invested at 8% simple interest per year. A sum of 1000 rupees is invested at 8% simple interest. Simple interest I is equal to PTR by 100. So he invested this amount for 8% simple interest. Calculate the interest at the end of each year. At the end of each year, do these interests form NAP? Means he has to calculate the interest for each year and test whether those values are in the arithmetic progression or not. It means how can we test whether they are in the arithmetic progression or not? By subtracting two consecutive terms value. If you get the same answer when we subtract two consecutive terms, then you can say the values are in arithmetic progression. If so, find the interest find the interest at the end of years. At the end of 30 years. So that's the question. If the given values are in arithmetic progression, then in that case you have to find the interest at the end of 30 years. So let us the values what is given here is let us see the values are principal P is equal to 1000 given, and time every year he has to calculate 1 year, and rate 8%. Rate is equal to 8%. First of all, interest for first year. For first year. What is the formula? I is equal to PTR by 100. Here the principal is 1000 into time 1 year, rate 8% by 100. Zeros cancel. 80. It is for the first year. Interest for the second year. Interest for second year. Again, same formula PTR by 100. Here principal is no change, 1000. Whereas there won't be any change in the principal when we are calculating for the simple interest. Principal is 1000 and time 1 year, time 2 years, and rate of interest 88. 160. It is 160 for the second year. And now third year. Interest for the third year. Interest for third year is equal to 1000 into 24. So the interest will be in that series. Let us write in the form of a series. Therefore, the series is first one 80 and second one is 160 and third one is 240, etc. So on. Now let us verify whether those are in automatic progression or not. Now we are checking. Now we are checking that whether these are in automatic progression or not. How can we check? A2 minus A1 in first case. It means 160 minus 80 is equal to 80. First one. Right. And the same way A3 minus A2. 240 minus 160 is also equal to 80. Here the common difference is same. Common difference is same. Therefore, the values are in AP. The values are in AP. Therefore, we can find the means interest at the end of 30 years. Therefore, that we can find. Therefore, interest at the end of 30 years is equal to interest at the end of 30 years is equal to actually formula A plus N minus 1 into D. A represents the first term. First term already value we have 80 plus N 30 minus 1 into D. Common difference is 80. 80 plus 30 minus 1, 29 into 80 plus 0, 2320. It is equal to 24. Therefore, the interest at the end of 30 years is equal to rupees 2400. So like that we can find. Now the next problem. The last example here.